the Fox 10 Gulf Stream. This is Next Weather.
We're in the record books today. A record high in Pensacola today at 99, 97 at Mobile Regional Airport. And temperatures running at 96 degrees in Mobile, 95 in Calvert, 94 in Milton, 97 in Crestview. Heat index at 100 in Crestview right now, but lower over the Mobile County, Baldwin County area. We had a little bit of drier air around today. Look for the heat to ramp up more tomorrow. The moisture is actually going to increase. Our heat index above 105 tomorrow. Very little rainfall across the area today, and tomorrow we'll have an isolated shower chance. Looks like the temperature is going to feel a lot hotter. So today, heat index values in the upper 90s. Tomorrow around 104 in Mobile. 109 is the prediction. That's pretty dire there. Pascagoula, Leakesville, Lucedale, Calvert at 109, 110 Pascagoula. So some hot weather brewing for tomorrow. The tropics are really quiet. We don't see anything out there in the Gulf or the Caribbean Sea. We've got one little low probability feature here in the Atlantic. It's probably not going to develop. Odds to develop only at about 10% based on the current situation. It's about to merge with a frontal system there. And the reason why we see more activity in August, so water temperatures are getting to be at their peak in the Gulf and the Caribbean Sea, but also upper level winds typically become more favorable, especially out here in the Atlantic. And so all regions of the Atlantic basin are fair game for tropical activity in what is usually a very busy month for the second half of the month, and we're getting there fast. Here's your day planner tomorrow. Temperatures in the mid 80s, then ramping up to 95 by lunchtime and staying in the mid to upper 90s most of the day. We may see one or two isolated pop-up thunder showers tomorrow, but the moisture just starting to get back into the picture, so there's a better chance as we roll into your extended forecast. A 30% chance Friday, 40% chance Saturday, and a 50% chance Sunday. Temperatures actually stay pretty terrible. The heat index will ramp up some because the moisture is increasing even as the air temperatures drop a little bit on Saturday and Sunday. We will break down what's causing the heat and where we go from here in the long range coming up just after this. Also, we'll have more about the heat all across the country and our national weather situation.
Can I play? Sure, but you need to bring your own truck. That's not a problem.
The Fox 10 Storm Tracker Fleet, taking you live to more places, covering the Gulf Coast like no one else can. Unrivaled experience, unparalleled severe weather coverage.
I think I need a bigger sandbox.
All right, let's break down what's going on with temperatures versus the humidity here. And looking at afternoon temperatures today, they were in the middle 90s with some upper 90s, and that looks really hot. But the heat index pretty close to the actual air temperature because of some drier air in here. And the way we can see that is by looking at this term called the dew point. So when the temperature reaches the dew point, you would have 100% humidity. And whenever we get dew points in the lower 60s, it just feels much better than it does when you're in this stuff, the juicy stuff, where we have dew points in the mid 70s over Louisiana. So you can see how we fared well today with the heat index values. There's this little bubble of drier air over South Alabama and the Panhandle today that really helped things out. So the result is a relative humidity value that looks like this. You have a temperature that's pretty far away from the dew point, so the relative humidity only about 33% in Mobile, with peak daytime heating in the afternoon. That is a big plus. And so we have some drier air, and where is it coming from? Well, we've got this big ridge back over the Arklatex here. This is the upper level heat ridge, and you can see how the moisture is kind of riding around it. Sometimes we do get some thunderstorm development underneath the ridge when we see moisture trapped there and some daytime heating. But as we're looking at it here, there's a little bit of drier air where you can see the dark stuff here, and that is mixing down to the surface with the afternoon heating. So that's why the dew points are actually lower. It actually feels a little better with the heat index into the afternoon, but the nights are still real muggy. So the moisture values come up at night, they drop out in the afternoon. What will change this pattern is the upper air pattern, and we've seen this upper ridge. You can see how the contours still look really orange here or red as we get into Saturday. The upper level heights still significant, but the center of the ridge starts backing off into Texas and eventually centers up over the desert Southwest into early next week. And we see a trough pattern developing, and you can see that there. The colors change a little bit. That's when our temperatures will get a little closer to normal for daytime highs. So here's the prediction as we look at our heat index values for the rest of the week and the weekend. Your Thursday heat index 107, your Friday heat index 110, 109 Saturday. We may see excessive heat warnings on Friday. It's possible. We're going to be really close. Saturday at 109, and then still really hot and steamy Sunday and Monday. It will improve into next week. We'll break that down with your 7 and 10-day forecast coming up later on. In the meantime, let's look at the impacts of this heat, not just here, but around the country.
As the York wildfire rages on the California-Nevada border, the acres of earth scorched by the inferno is growing.
We're probably going to lose hundreds of thousands of Joshua trees. It will take a lifetime to get those mature, big Joshua tree forests back.
In Texas, the fast-moving flames of the Powder Keg pine fire forcing people from their homes.
Well, every summer when it gets dry like this, it's just a matter of time before the fires start, and it's
going to happen, and just as quick as they get on it, they can control it.
Yeah,
they do an outstanding job.
Yeah, they got really good, real good resources out this time.
On top of battling blazes, extreme heat buckling pavement in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and rewriting the record books in multiple places across Texas on Tuesday. The heat has killed at least 7 people in the Houston area since June. Blistering temperatures aren't just proving deadly to humans, they're also killing honeybees with a historic heat wave melting hives in Arizona.
So it collapses, and oftentimes the queen can be crushed. And if that happens, then there's no other bee there that can replace her. There's no other bees that can lay eggs, so the colony would just die.
I'm Patrick Cornell reporting.
Coming up, we'll look at your 7-day forecast and your 10-day forecast, and we will see a little better pattern long range. We'll look at that right after this.
New to the FOX10 weather app, your 24-hour radar forecast. Be the first to see how precipitation is going to affect your plants across the Gulf Coast. Detailed hour by hour, the 24-hour radar forecast on the FOX10 weather app. Plus the latest breaking news with the FOX10 News app.
Got them both.
Stay alert with FOX10. Prime time is FOX10 time.
The latest on the night's top stories are first on FOX10 News at 9.
Wrap up your day, informed and ready for the morning.
All right, here's that forecast, and when we get into next week, ultimately we'll see the heat wave breaking down, but over the weekend it's going to be really steamy with high heat index values. 97 the high Friday, 95 Saturday and Sunday, and still pretty hot on Monday. There should be some form of a front that gets into the region. May not make it all the way to the coast, but with that upper trough building in, look at our temperatures next week on Tuesday and Wednesday, scaling back some, right around 92 by Wednesday. And with that upper trough pattern, I definitely expect a change in the rain chances. We're going to get pop-up, or if not, numerous showers and thunderstorms in the afternoons and evenings in our 10-day here. So if your yard's starting to get a little crunchy, you've been missing the water last 3 or 4 days with it being hot, the evaporation rate's been really high. We may catch back up on some of that moisture by the weekend and in the first part of next week. Thanks for joining us here on Next Weather.